something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it. It took me 10 years to find the answer to something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. I don't have anything that's really important to me. That's why everything is beautiful. Can you hear it? The pulses of the living. The ironic rhythm is a grand orchestra. It's never the same tone. Who wants to stop this? There can be. When the violent storm is over, blue sky is more beautiful than ever. You see, I will let the time
Hey, so we're playing some Astral. I know it's a bit early for it, but honestly, I don't think I could do the karaoke stream for the noon one. It just doesn't vibe with me. Nice to see you, Crystal. And Trom, nice to see you too. Real talk, I was heavily considering doing the karaoke stream after the holiday season. I don't know. Something about the holiday season just makes me think that I'm more liable to mess up if I do it. That being said, I really enjoy the karaoke stream, so maybe it'll energize me more if I do it. So, it's really difficult having good, like, reasons to do either thing. It's like, what do I do? They're both good options. I didn't get toilet paper last time. Do you need to do Bruno's thing? Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be doing the karaoke stream tonight. I was just I was considering not doing it before I made the schedule. Do we get any cute new clothes? Oh, actually, I do kind of like that. Like, the dress uniform's cute, but I think the armor's really fun too. He'll do the vest. We're on chapter 6? I think so. Utility pants. Nah, Arena doesn't need pouches. Girl needs accessories, that's true. But pouches are a bit too much. Arena would design her clothes with pockets so you don't need pouches. Oh, that is too much of an earring for Arena. Stop fake pockets, right? I never understood why you would not have pockets. It makes no sense. Why is her armor pink? No, we're gonna make... Oh, but her hands are... Okay. I don't like the blue hands. But if that's the case, then I think we have to keep the dress uniform so that she doesn't have the weird gloves. I guess we could go with regular Arena. Then she doesn't have the cute boots. Oh wait, we just got rid of her boots entirely because I didn't add the pouches. That's my beef. There we go. Okay. Is it gonna let me... Hold up. Because I think it wants me to talk to Brenda, because I'm on chapter 5 right now. I only did chapter 5 because I wanted to, do the Lappy mission. But now I might be stuck. Because it's not letting me select the file. Brenda? Do you have my coffee? Nice to see you, Peps. Strawberry Pepper, God. Peps is such a good nickname for somebody with pepper in their name, but I've already got Pepper Shaker. I gotta be more creative. Let's try... Maybe if I go to the, title screen. Oh, there we go, yeah. I can do this. Peppy Pepper, Pepper Peps. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper. One smart feller, he felt smart. Oh, no, I went back and, did Lappy. I mean, I did Lappy's quest, not Lappy. There we go. Tiny pocket in the right for women's jeans is supposed to be her daily allowance? That's gross. Goes back to what, women shouldn't carry items because she doesn't need to carry anything that would require pockets. Like in the 1800s, women designed dresses with pockets and there was a huge deal. Fuck, that's dumb. Yeah, so we're back on track. I don't understand why they would think, like, oh, a woman doesn't need to know the time. She doesn't need a fucking pocket watch. If women had real pockets, you would see what's in their pockets and would encourage robbing women. Okay, but then guys shouldn't have pockets too, because then you'd see what I have in my pockets and try to rob me.
Come find me on the roof. I need to talk to you.
Like, I understand the society is shitty because of that, and it's been a thing. But God, was it dumb. The reasoning was always flimsy at best. Okay, so we can meet Hal on the roof. Or we can explore and see if maybe we can hang out with someone. There's Lappy. I don't think we can hang out with Lappy just yet, though. Everyone deserves pockets. Where else would you put your monsters? Exactly. Oh, you got your Fool's Gold Kickstarter email? That's great. I've heard that the smoke kits were like they were sent out. So sorry, the smoke test. I mean, so people should start getting their emails now. Like on upgrading from just the book. I mean, I believe you have until they start shipping stuff out. So. If you want to save up for it, like, you absolutely can. Go. Get down on patrol, buddy. Got a fresh tuned-up bike with your name on it. Irina is now a common rider, now that she has a ride. All she needs is a mask. Got an extra cash lately, so if you're gonna do it, now would probably be the best time. Ah, that's fair. Foundation of anti-LGBTQ from the Bible, when it's actually about not assaulting men like you would a woman. If attacking a woman, you just owe her father a payment for his loss of potential trading income. Training is important. Lee Fang's right. Training's important, but so is rest. So don't burn yourself out, guys. If your body needs rest, give it rest. The star. Welcome respite from danger, but don't get too comfortable. There's things that even the cards can't foresee, and let our guard down. Move. Okay. I'm just gonna upgrade my stuff just in case we go from the start to the tower. I just feel sorry for NPCs sometimes, because they can't go home. They must always be right there doing the thing that they do. Like me when I work at retail. I've always thought the idea was funny that when you go to work, you become an NPC until you're off work, or that you're always going to be an NPC in everyone else's lives. I don't think that there's anything I can do. I can't think of anywhere that I'd be able to find a submission. Damn straight, I'm not wrong. Oh, also, we have to hop by the Legatus terminal. Because... first of all, we need to clean the Legion. But second of all, we need to turn that into Jawbone. Damn straight we got a doggo. A doggo that I'm likely gonna not use a lot. Unfortunately. I prefer the playstyle of the Sword Legion, personally. Good boy, Jawbone. I think there's any submissions at the office? Yeah. Legion color. I only have the Pepsi Man color set unlocked, so I'm gonna have to just do without Jawbone. We'll have Pepsi Jawbone. Kinda sucks being a lady, but hearing how you and Felix treat women gives you hope. Maybe Gen Z in the next gen will have women's rights of all colors become more equal. Yeah! I mean, fuck. Gen Z is shaping up to be a fantastic generation. They're so politically active, even though, like, a lot of them are just finishing up school. All those cats out there are counting on me. All those hep cats in the club, you dig? I think we have to bump up our legions too. My boys are a bit weak. Where are you? There we go. Legion learning. The sword one. Let's make you strong. Watched Arcane the other day? I still haven't. Is it really that good? I'm not allowed to watch anything outside of the watch parties on Fridays until I've caught up with JoJo Part 6. I'm 2 episodes into the 12 episodes that are out. That your grandfather was a functioning alcoholic? Yeah, that's toxic. Like getting into around the time they get to the 2nd season? That's good. I wonder if Riot Games is gonna, like, legitimately become better, you know? Like, it feels like some of this is performative, where it's like, hey, Activision sucks a lot, so, we're gonna, like, do better stuff in the hopes to take away their business, because it's a smart move. Or if it's just like, man, we've been really shitty, let's not do that anymore. Yeah, it would be really, really nice if they actually put some effort into it, but I'm not holding my breath. If they do something, like, actually real about the toxic environment in, not only their games, but their, well, I guess their entire business, then, I don't think I'm gonna be consuming their products. I did hear, though. So, one of my favorite characters to play in League of Legends when I was playing it was Vi. But she was always just like, hey, I'm a rugged cop. Vi stands for violence. And apparently they did her a lot better in Arcane. Not only that, but her theme song was absolute fire. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
And I found something you might want to hear about.
Here, give me 1 sec. I'll pop it up. Turn on the desktop audio. Yeah, Vi's theme song was absolute fire. I remember in college, like, this was the login screen.
She's such a misfit, always ready to brawl. It's like her business, roughing up your friends. The law, there is no difference. If you believe you're strong, she's a bulldozer, making sure you're flat on the ground. She's like a boomerang that never gives up. She flies in circles till she hits you and you're bowed in the dust. So just remember this, when she's chasing you down, face first, you'll be thrown into the proving ground. She'll knock you out.
Like, it's got, like, an early 90s rock sound to it that I absolutely love. God, I haven't heard that song in such a long time, but I still remember it perfectly. The fuck's a data card?
Seriously? What data card? You know, from the subway. When we met Jenna Anderson? That data card? Yikes. Anyway, check this out. The data was set up with some heavy-duty encryption, but I managed to crack it. Inside, I found some lab documents, along with some map data. And then a bunch of links to news sites to top it all off.
News sites?
All the links lead to reports about a case that the police
Also,
haven't been able to close.
tentatively, in 2022,
Something about a gang
as
with
long as
near
it's before I have to go out
superhuman
for
calling
school,
themselves the Hermits.
I might be going to some
I wonder if it's the same
conventions.
Hermit. If so, the police are one thing, but I can't imagine why Neuron would have much trouble with them. They're only human.
So, you guys,
Either way,
if you go
none
to
of
the
this
same
sounds like the
conventions
Hermits I
as
know
me, you
at
might
all.
be able to see me in person.
I mean, they're hackers. Sort of a rob from the rich, give to the poor deal. Maybe a little shady, but I know they're decent guys. Or they were, at least. So, the question is,
What
why
conventions
did
do I
Jenna
go
think
to?
we should see all these news
I mean,
links?
Edmonton, Calgary Expo, of course, but, I want to go back to San Diego Comic-Con as well.
They
Because
look
San
like
Diego
results
is, like,
from a series of drug
it was my
tests.
first big
All
convention,
the same
and,
drug, too.
I think it's
The
my
documents
favorite.
are from the Aegis Research Institute. So I
But,
assume
like,
the drug in question is
I
a
might
project
do
of
PAX
theirs.
East or PAX West.
If I had to guess, I'd say Jenna took the documents along with the Legion Corps when she attacked the lab. But why? Pharmaceuticals are admittedly beyond my realm of expertise. But as far as I can tell, this drug has a lot in common with an anti-red shift drug the government supposedly made years ago.
It's in the back of your head for
Everyone
nothing
thought
to
those
change, and
drugs
that's
might
your need
save
to
our
find the
whole
worst
species.
potential outcome.
Then the government stopped giving them
Because-
out after the pandemic.
Being used to bad things, always happening as a girl.
They never officially said
Like,
why, of course, but
99%
has
being
it the
harassed,
drugs
and
and the
1 in 3
pandemic
women have been
were
assaulted.
related.
Yeah.
the drug in these documents has an extra chemical compound I can't ID, though. Hard to say what it does.
Aw, I'm jealous. Strawberry pepper. If it rained, like it rained a little bit ago, but now it's ice, and like, people have broken vertebrae on the ice. Like, it is just, imagine a sidewalk and then put just a skating rink on top of it. A properly maintained skating rink, so it's like that slippery. Map data?
It's a really detailed map of Zone 09. I know that's where you and Akira were born. It's been almost
Why does Hal look
completely
like somebody
locked down
from-
for
like
20
that would
years or
be
so,
from Nier?
since the pandemic. The government says the whole zone is still corrupted. It's basically
You want to go to
condemned.
PAX West? Maybe just get started in Artist
But the
Alley?
map on the data card
Yeah,
is
I mean, Artist
really
Alley is a
thorough.
great way to
It
not
had
only
to
get your
have come
stuff
from
out,
direct
but also,
observation.
like, interact with people
It's
who
especially detailed
will end
around
up liking
one
your art.
upper camp in particular.
A lot of it has
Sector
to do with,
5.
like, selling your personality.
But why there?
Because if they attach a fun
No matter how you
personality
look
to
at
your
it,
art, it'll keep
Jenna is
people coming back.
definitely trying to tell us something with this data card. I mean, she is a terrorist, so we can't exactly trust her. But
If you're worried about
quarantine alone,
getting too many
there's a lot
people,
of
maybe
people still
start out
living
at
in
a small
Zone
local
09.
convention. See if there's any, like,
what'll happen to them if there's another
tabletop
incident?
or anime or video game
The government's
cons
not gonna help out.
close
I
by.
can tell you that much. So, I've decided. I'm going in.
Yeah, Hal's a fun character, and the voiceover artist did a fantastic job in conveying it.
Sector 5 means a lot to me.
There are a couple here in
If
Portland.
something's going
Yeah.
on there, I gotta know. There's nobody else I can
There
trust
is
with
a
this.
very small chance,
What am
I
gonna
can't
do,
say it
hand
for
the data
certain,
over to the government and hope
that,
they handle it? They won't do anything
in
for
the new
Zone 09.
year I might be going to Seattle.
Oh, they'll
Just to
say
be,
they'll look
just to
into
go
it,
there.
File the card away
I
somewhere.
can't guarantee it.
That'll be
It's a bit of a trip. And it'll be the week that I do my audition. But yeah.
Even Neuron officers are forbidden from entering Zone 09 without permission.
Hal McCarley? Okay. I'll have to look him up.
If you got caught in there, they'd take your Legion away. They'd probably even arrest you.
Have I heard the
Worse.
silly way of thinking about the pandemic?
I'll be fine.
I've heard many.
I bet I can get this drone in and out unnoticed.
I live in
But if you
Alberta. We're the
really
Texas,
wanna
Florida
come,
of
I could
Canada. I've
use
seen
the
it.
help.
I've heard a lot of silly ways of thinking about the pandemic.
I'm kidding, of course. But seriously, if you really want to come, I could use the help. I do not know what might happen in there. Anyway,
Going
I
over
better
your
get going
Wi-Fi
soon.
decided to crap out? Oh
No
man.
time like the present, right? And I mean if you really, really want to help me out, head to Harmony Square. I'll put a beacon out for you to follow when you get there. I'll wait up for you. Just for a little while, though.
Alright, let's go to the garage. But first we're gonna pop by the cat place. Oh, he did 9S? That's probably why I equated it to Nier. Just subconsciously. I'll admit, the only Nier game that I've played is... well... The only Nier game that I've played enough for it to mean anything was, Automata. Or Automata. But, you know, I played Xbox 360 Nier a tiny bit. And Wataru in Scarlet Nexus. Okay. Those are games that I've actually played. That's rare. Saying that if pansexual means you're into everyone, demisexual means that you're only into people you connect with emotionally. Pandemic, we're all horny in emotion. Of course. That's absolutely hilarious. I've heard a lot of talk about how people don't think like, oh, like why would you not be into somebody if you're not into them emotionally? Isn't everyone demi? And it's like, nah, some people just want to get their rocks off. You don't necessarily have to be emotionally invested in the person that you choose to sleep with. So having like that modifier is kind of helpful if you want to establish a relationship with somebody. Oh, God damn it. Give me the can! Thank you. Oh, hey, you ain't looking so good. Marina playing Kick the Can? God, I'm kicked out of my own world, and Abby's still broken up with me. What's the deal with that? At least there's no sips here, but like, God, my brother in this world is being a huge swinging dick, and then he goes and decides to almost die? Ugh. Or he's just brooding. Oh, hey. Damn it! What was that about? There was a guy doing some graffiti, and then he ran, and I'm like, oh, what's that? There he is. Why? Okay. He's gonna be back. I'm sure of it. Let's try that again. Songbird Diner. Live acoustic entertainment every day, 5 to 7 p.m. How can you fit a band in there? It's not a lot of room. She gotta kick ass and take names? Yeah. How can you fit a band in there? Very carefully. You guys were sharing the same brain cell with that one. I mean, what is a band? There we go.
Nice arrest, Neuron. Leave the rest to me.
Neuron sounds like he's making fun of me, like, nice arrest, Neuron. It's like one of those future insults that you can't comprehend because you're from 2021. A band has to have enough people where there's a designated frontman. Even if all of them are the frontman, like the fucking Blue Man Group. There has to be enough where people try to argue, like, who's the important one. Sad fact? What's the sad fact? Is that Eiji's never allowed to be happy? And they're gonna find a way to make him stay unhappy in the 10th anniversary O's movie? Those sure are textures on the wall. Oh, not only that, Strawberry, but, like, she was in that cult before she was in Kamen Rider Forze, because her family is part of the cult. And the reason that she was allowed to play Yuki was because Forze was space-themed. And they thought that it would help promote their cult, Happy Science. Like, it's all sorts of fucked up. Just two people and they're a great band? See, part of the reason I ask questions like these is because it's all subjective, right? Your definition of a band might be a lot different than someone else's definition of a band, and it's really fun to see just where people draw those lines. It's a weird way to say it, but I like learning about people.
Iris startup.
Alright, there's a couple submissions.
Information
There's
display.
a red square over there. Criminal pursuit.
Iris
Okay.
shut down. Iris startup. Information. Iris shut down.
Hey, you doing a crime?
Aha! We meet again at last. What wonderful luck. Your timing couldn't be better.
Does the bard look okay?
Can I
Worried
trouble you for your assistance once
about
more?
or you're not good at social media. Sorry, give me one sec. The cord for my kotatsu was coiled around my leg. And I don't want to accidentally rip it out.
Thank you. Once again, I am in your debt. Get down! You are far too conspicuous standing up.
Oh, Gothy is teaching crimes again.
Look there in the restaurant. You can see the two of them at that table, plotting nefariously. Now, I have it on good authority that the man is a recruiter for the Z09 Liberation Front. Who are they? Why, they are the they.
The
Very
they.
same they we ran afoul of before. I can feel it in my bones. We can crack their conspiracy wide open.
Carlos is,
Look, he's standing up now. Surely he will lead us to something we can
I think
use
there's
to
a song
expose
somebody
the
wrote about
entire
Carlos.
plot.
It's called
My
Foil by
friend,
Weird Al.
You have already proven invaluable to my case. I know I can trust you to stay on his tail.
Learn through Fool's Gold that potatoes are very serious and dangerous business. Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm gonna be stealthy. I'm gonna be inconspicuous. You do that by crouch walking, right? If you crouch while you walk, no one can hear you. No one can see you. Hey, how's it going? You doing all right? How's the weather? Huh? You don't see me. The comic of Gothy version of her poison potato that smells like something you can't resist. Oh, the Tonka bean, yeah. Gothy's telling Sips he may not be allowed in her lab without supervision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the game, we the way that we utilized Tonka bean was that it was just a smell that you can't resist, and you have to roll a will save to not eat whatever it is.
Sorry, but I got us another prospect today. That makes 10 this month.
Hey, you idiot! You led the cops right to us!
Use this and take them out. You know what happens if you fail.
Excuse me, I'm here. Don't use that, otherwise you'll be in extra trouble. Oh, what the fuck? You did a whole 30 damage to me!
I felt so certain we would capture their leader and end this once and for all. But no matter. Thanks to your help, we have made valuable headway indeed. Now, I must report my findings back to the precinct at once. Stay vigilant until we meet again, my friend.
You got it, crazy man. I'll take that, B. Man, if I'm gonna go to conventions next year, maybe I should get some Space Shark merch printed off. I don't think I'd be able to sell a lot of it, but it'd be fun to get like a couple, just to see if there's any interest. Maybe make it like a limited deal. I'll bring like 5 shirts. maybe some stickers. Stickers would probably be the best, better bet. Hey! Hey! Nice seeing you here. What the fuck are you doing? It's had a little time to kill. I'm here for target practice. Okay. I'll give it a shot. Okay, I missed one. How the hell? No! God damn it, I missed the lappy one. That's alright. I probably won't be able to beat the score. But I did pretty well, all things considered. Just stroll in here and blow away my all-time best record. Oh, hey, I did. I beat him. That's because I can slow down time. What's your secret to being able to obliterate my record? You know, Zawarudo, Tokyo Tamare. You know the deal. What's up with Sarah? She's got a weight of 50.2. I'm gonna assume that's kilograms. Or it could be some, like, unknown future measurement. No, I guess I can't cross there.
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down.
I do want to go come out of my shell and go to a convention as, like, hey, I played Arena from Fool's Gold, you know? Because I don't think I've ever been to a convention where, like, people would know me. Mommy, where's my mommy? The queen probably killed your dad, and your mom's stuck in a Mercury Dragon. Tough breaks, kid. After I got lost, I tried to find Mommy by myself. I don't remember where we were when I lost her, but I remember going down the stairs once. Once they do, your convention experience will change completely. Oh, absolutely. But I think I got my, like, regular convention experience out in my early adulthood. Alright, so down the stairs once, then across the road twice. I wonder where Mommy is. Alright, kid. We can play the ice cream minigame. I suck at it. So, like, it would stand to reason that we just crossed the road twice, so if we go up here, Mommy should be here somewhere. There we go. I was worried sick about you, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, Mommy. I'm just glad you're okay. I'm proud of you for asking for help, like a big girl. I can't thank you enough for finding her, officer. I'd be in a wreck since the moment I noticed she was gone. Here, let me give you this to thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, the ice cream mission is, it's too much. Thank you for finding my mommy, ma'am. Oh, you're welcome. Another job well done. Only 2 convention experiences were not the greatest. First one, you were basically just on the sales floor during Comic-Con 04 to get to meet Fred Perry, though he used to be one of your favorite comic artists. And then Wizard World Chicago, that was generally better as you got to hang out with a ton of artist friends, but still didn't do much else. I wonder how much the vibe changed between when you went to Comic-Con and when I did. Because I was in San Diego for Comic-Con in 2012 and 2013. And that's when it was like really taken over by the media. So it was a very big experience with a lot happening. I was able to meet the creators and the composers for The Legend of Korra though, which was really fun. I actually have I have the Legend of Korra Book 1 album signed by all of them. And I was smart about it too, and I got it signed underneath where the plastic goes, so those are just not going anywhere. I also went to Tokyo Game Show, which was very much different. Like, because it was a Japanese convention, it did not feel like any Western convention that I went to. I want the Avalanche special. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got an Avalanche special coming up for a brave police officer. Here you go, officer. 1 Avalanche special. This masterpiece of ice cream engineering boasts a massive 10 scoops. Enjoy, but be very careful with it. There's no refunds if you drop it. I just ate it. That was a couple of ice cream scoops down the drain. It's physics-based, so you have to, like, tilt the controller. Only gone to 2 conventions in small towns, but you met Chris Sabat, who you took a selfie with. Then he took your phone and activated Siri and said, Siri, remind me to scratch my butt every day at 8 p.m. You still have that alert on to this day? Oh man, that's great. When I went to the Calgary Expo, Gothies player Dynabees on Twitter wanted to meet Nathan Fillion. But she wanted a picture with him, so I'm like, okay, I'll come with you and I'll take the picture. So she goes to meet Nathan Fillion, I take the picture, and Nathan goes like, hey, nice to meet you. And I'm like, hey, it's cool to see you too. I'm just here to take the picture, so I'm gonna move along. And Nathan Fillion was like, no, I want to meet you. Hi, I'm Nathan Fillion, and you are? I'm like, oh, I'm Carson, nice to meet you. It was like the most positive interaction that I've had with a celebrity. My ice cream. I can't believe I dropped it. Spent my whole allowance on it, too. Nathan Fillion is absolutely amazing. And he was he's actually from where I live. Like, Nathan Fillion's from Edmonton. We had a petition going around where we were going to name a lot the Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion. And that didn't go anywhere until the Suicide Squad released, where they named it for like a weekend. Missed most of the story time after the start of the SDCC question of how big things were. Bikers and Badasses Deluxe Box? Yo. Okay, I'm gonna practice with this first. And hope I can get this to the kid. Thing is, if I bump into anyone, this ice cream's gone. Completely. To this day, I can't get the avalanche special to the kid. I'm hoping that maybe I can do the extra large. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy in particular. I'm gonna arrest him. I know that's massively outstepping my authority, but like... He made a little girl not be able to get ice cream, and that's inexcusable. Yeah, go ahead and post pics. Sorry, I will read the chat once I can, make sure that I dodge the running man. The absolute nozzle of douche. He's on a collision course with me. Like, I adjust my trajectory, and he adjusts it to hit me. I'm gonna go the other way. I don't care about you, red-shifting person. You can turn into a chimera for all I care. Okay, I dropped 2 scoops. But it's fine, because I dodged the running man. There we go. Still upset that the Uncharted movie is starring Nathan Fillion as the perfect Nathan Drake. Yeah. I mean, you'll always have like the little short that he did. I still think it's a weird choice to have Marky Mark as Sully, though. Cop, that's totally within the scope of your work to overstep. You're right, though. Though I guess technically, Irina's working outside the bounds of the law, because she's not necessarily a cop, because the cops don't even respect her. She's part of like a special task force specifically only for Chimera. Guessing on that movie is not good. Not bad actors, they just don't fit the roles, right? Got designer hanky. Alright, Jawbone. Lead me to it. Dang, please vibes. Irina's not a cop, she's just the fashion police. No, you know what? Jawbone, I don't think you're going the right way. But you're a good boy. So that's fine. She's the fashionista. Please stand straight. More like a valuables lesson, because I got her stuff back. Man, Hal's waiting for me. I'm just like hanging out, helping people out that aren't Hal.
Iris startup. Information.
That person looks so good. There you go. You're so welcome.
Iris shut down.
The lost balloon. That was really cute. Hey kid, I use my stand to get your balloon. That's my stand power.
Iris startup.
I can retrieve any object that has been inflated with helium.
Information display. Information display. Iris shut down.
I'm gonna sell a bunch of stuff so that I can replace the money that I spent on all those ice cream
Oh, they're all
orders.
so good. You can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, that's my porno name, Strip Nut. Oh god, that's a lot. Hold up. I can sell all of this, right? Okay, good. It's a lot of money.
Oh, not this time, huh? Maybe next time.
And one of the main things that I wanted to do with Arena's design was make it combat practical. So because of that, like, she has boots, and she has shorts, so that like her movement is like perfectly unobstructed. Like having the long boots make it so that they're an extension of her legs, so like they don't get in the way. She doesn't have to worry about them falling down or like being kicked off. And the shorts are way better than pants or a skirt because they enable free movement without necessarily like getting in the way of anything. And Dingo's idea of having the romper was even better too, because since it's in like one single unit, her shirt and her pants, she doesn't have to worry about like any separation of those two. It's all just one cohesive whole. The whole basis of Arena's fashion design, like even the clothes that she would make in the game, is practicality as well as looking good. And then when she transforms into her magical girl form, I really wanted to break the trope of doing the magical panty dance into the skimpy uniform, so I wanted to give her something like ornate and complex that just shows off fashion. So because of that, like, instead of getting less clothes, she gets more clothes. That just really rock out her look. Because the point isn't emphasizing her, it's emphasizing her expression of herself. Anyways, larger burger. It's larger. What does that say? Our exclusive burger. I think that's like every day. Sorry, you'll notice in video games like this, I tend to wander around and look at the scenery a lot, because I absolutely love environment design. It's something that you don't necessarily pay attention to when you play the game, but is absolutely integral for keeping you in it. And having, like, those little, like... Somebody had a lot of fun probably designing the larger burger logo. Or, like, making these signs. All you need is power. Buy G Fuel.
Iris startup.
Okay, I don't think there are any other submissions, so let's go meet Hal.
Iris shut down.
Lime Jack goes bananas for graphics and music. Mm-hmm. I think before I started getting into streaming, I saw it as a way of padding for time. You know, oh, I'm gonna chew the scenery so I can hit 10 minutes for this video. But, nah, it's just really fun to, like, share that experience with everyone. That's part of the reason I like doing first playthroughs on the stream, because I want to experience the game for the first time with you guys on a lot of occasions. And it's why I don't usually have a second file that I play on. Like, the only time I play stream games is on stream. Like, Shin Megami Tensei 5. I have not played that game outside of the stream. But I am playing Pokemon Shining Pearl outside of the stream, because I've already played Pokemon Pearl. I know what goes on. I'm debating whether I want to play Judgment on stream. If you guys don't know what Judgment is, it's a spin-off of the Yakuza series that focuses on, like, an ex-defense attorney turned detective.
Iris startup. Information display.
I don't know if that's going to be like a Carson game or a stream game. do my best to try and separate those two, like the Carson games and the stream games. Specifically because of the whole, like, I want to play it for the first time with you guys kind of reasoning. So, like, if I decide not to stream Judgment for the first time, it's not that it'll never happen, it's just that it's probably not going to happen for a while.
Iris, start
How
up.
the hell do I get down there?
Information display. Iris, shut down.
I had a lot of cans to throw away. This level is the start of the stealth mechanics? Yeah. The part of Astral Chain that we don't talk about. Maybe it's past Larger Burger. Yeah, I assume that they introduced the stealth mechanic with tailing that one guy earlier on for the subquest.
Iris, start up.
How the hell do I get
Iris, shut down. Iris, start up.
Gotta brain this. I'd
Iris,
use my noodle.
shut down. Iris, shut down.
I wonder if maybe I cross... No, because I may as well just stay up here if I'm gonna do that. Real talk, North American cities should utilize this this type of design a lot more since we focus so much on getting around with cars. Just having plazas over busy, like, roads and streets. Just, like, instead of having pedestrians on the bottom level or having all that space wasted, creating infrastructure over top of it so that it can, like, that space can be utilized. I wonder. What if I go like this?
Iris, start up.
Like, if I cross here, go down the middle, and then
Information
possibly cross
display.
over there.
Iris, shut down.
Always have the opinion if your game is a stealth-based game from the beginning, don't add a stealth section. Yeah. Like, it's a fundamental part of game design to switch it up for your players every so often so that they have more stuff to do and they don't get bored. But you have to do it within the realm of the mechanics that you have. By having kind of like a half-baked section that on paper sounds kind of neat, it doesn't necessarily translate well. And it might like really impact people's perception of your game instead of heightening it like it's supposed to. I don't know a lot about game design, to be quite honest. I took maybe 3 months of it in college. But there's like some innate stuff that you can kind of suss out if you think about the game while you play it.
Iris, start up.
Okay, I need to get there.
Information display. Iris, shut down.
I wonder,
Iris, shut down.
can I go through that exit? Okay. I thought that was blocked off. That's my bad. No, I don't need arrow. Slashes.
Iris, start up. Iris, shut down.
Kept being used over and over, or why you stopped playing Astral Chain because it slows everything down from the high-speed action game and goes against the space mechanics. Yeah, like it was absolutely a misstep, but I don't think it impacted my enjoyment of the game as much as it did yours. Cause I just kept going through it. Cause I really liked what I was getting, and I was able to slog through the bad sections in order to get to the good ones.
All right, I knew you'd come. One more time though. Are you sure? It's illegal to enter Zone 09 without the Union's permission.
Nah, it's fine.
Even for Neuron. If you get caught, they'll charge you with insubordination for sure. Would you really risk all that?
What are they gonna do? Fire me? I have a stand. They can't do anything to me.
Thanks. I mean it. Okay, first things first, we'll have to do something about that outfit. Uppers aren't exactly huge fans of the government, or the police. You can't walk around Zone 09 dressed like that.
You can't fire me, I'm Union, bitch!
Luckily, I planned ahead. Try this on.
Oh, Rena's gonna get new threads.
Bingo! Perfect fit.
Those
I'm starting to
actually
forget you're a
looks
cop
really
already.
cute.
That door back there is the only way
Yada
into the
yada.
exclusion zone.
I've been listening to Fallout songs and I
As you
think
can
country
see,
music isn't
we'll have
trash
to sneak
anymore.
past a few guards to
Well,
get
I
to
mean,
it.
like, country music
And
pre-2001
the door itself won't open
wasn't
without a
bad at
security
all.
key card. The guard captain should have one on him that we can use.
No, I don't want to generalize
Of course, we
it.
can't just
It
ask
wasn't
him to lend it to us.
like there
We'll have to
was a lot more
take
good
it from him
pre
somehow.
2001.
Tying him up with your legions our best option.
Right? The girl
That'll knock
disguise
him out
is
long
really,
enough for
really
us to
good.
get through. Okay, nothing to it but to do it.
Iris, startup.
Alright, time for stealth mechanics.
Information display.
It's scary having run and crouch be the same button.
Information display.
If I have the stick pointing in any direction, that's it. I'm bolting.
Iris, shut down.
I don't think I can use my Legion to hop anywhere. Just maybe it's long enough. Do I really want a chance of? Fuck it. Michael Bolton. Bruce Bolton? I never watched Game of Thrones, so I'm just throwing out names. That might be a fun thing to play. The Telltale... God damn it. The Telltale Game of Thrones game. But I know nothing about Game of Thrones.
What are you doing here?
Oh no! Get out! Well, that could have gone better.
Osifo, the male disguise? Let's
Ready
check
to
it
give
out.
another shot?
The male disguise isn't bad, but I can absolutely agree that it's not nearly as good as the female disguise. So I'm Jon Snow. I understood that one. fucked.
I need backup. Looks like we've got an intruder. Presumed armed and dangerous. Hey, you! What?
Oh no.
Damn it.
Get-
That's my beat.
Well, that could have gone better. Ready
Could
to
have.
get-
Okay, maybe going up is the best way. Now that I think about it, I would love to do a stream where I play something licensed that I don't know.
I need backup. Looks like we've got an
Who?
intruder. Presumed armed and dangerous. All units on high alert.
Literally what happened. I don't know what they want from me with that. Oh! My stand attacked it. Okay, so maybe I swap to the arrow one so that it doesn't try to hit someone. I'm being stealthy by kicking ass. But like, stealthily kicking ass. With stealth. There it is. A very familiar female voice.
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down. Iris, startup. Iris, shut down.
Ah, that's alright, I guess. Sure. Can't report me if they're all dead. Exactly. I hope you don't go anywhere. Not picking up a can while people are...
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Oh no. Get out of there.
I'm going to do
Ready to
this.
give it another shot?
They're giving me every single chance. Alright. I'm just gonna go like this.
Hey, you!
Oh no.
Okay, that worked very well. However, I don't think I'm going to try that approach again.
Ready to...
Instead, I'm gonna pop down here. And use the virtue of patience to my advantage. You didn't see shit. Alright. might actually have to go down here.
Hey, what happened?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you!
Oh no.
Okay, so I can't go up. That just doesn't.
Well, that ready to.
So instead, there was a way to go from the bottom. If I go down this way. Or over here.
Hey, what happened?
Your friend is going to dash towards you.
I need backup.
And you guys are
Looks
gonna-
like we've got an intruder. Presumed armed and dangerous. All units on high alert.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh no. Get...
I'm not giving up on the
Well,
stealth.
ready to.
We're gonna do this. Why is there stuff there? Did I make you drop your wallet or something? I got a time bomb. What? Hey, are you... I don't think you guys are on, like, above the board here. I think you guys are operating on some shady premises. Gotta go fast! You don't see anything, mister. Not a thing. Well, yes, I will take the darker path. You could say that if you do that, you're a dark hero. Only Astral Chain fans will get this reference. Really? Alright, well, sorry, dude. Fate has decided that you are not gonna stay conscious today. You're about to make the same joke.
Great, you got the card key. Now, let's get through that door before anyone notices it's missing.
I did it. I deserve that.
There's a security detail on this side, too. You know the drill. Try not to get caught.
You got it. God, who puts all these cans here? It's not very responsible, you know. The only people who are allowed here are cops.
Iris, start up. Iris, shut down.
So they're the ones littering. It's very rude. I don't think I can abide by that. Oh, whoops.
Hey, you!
Oh no!
I'm not doing anything.
Crap, let's...
Crap, they let's. Turn around, turn around, turn around! Thank you. There's your reward. Now let's take a look. Ooh, those are pretty. Running the game. Mayhem makes memories. Crafting a campaign. Quests. Nice. Environments, NPCs, and characters. Oh man. That's really cool. I really hope that you enjoy it. Keep those marks. Oh, god damn it, I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, you!
Oh no!
Keeping the Tina vibe? Yeah.
Crap, let's...
Just need to get the group together. Well, at least you have the, you saw nothing. At least you have the, perk about, like, being a DM. They say crap biscuits. It's a commonly used phrase. Okay, let's, no. Okay, I got both of them. I'm sure there's like an article of clothing I can get, but it's not worth it.
Where are you supposed to be? The customer?
Ah, it's the tsundere machine.
It's not like I care what drink you want or anything.
It's alright, the chain only exists in the astral plane, so unless they have extraplanar perception, they can't do shit. Fishy water. Okay.
Thanks.
So tempted to
You
make a
can come
joke.
back anytime. I mean, if you feel like it.
Hey, so I bought fishy water from the tsundere. Okay, yeah, it's not worth it. I'm going this way now.
Okay. Those should be the last guards for us to worry about.
Might not be clean. It's alright. I have the mature rating on for the stream. People know what to expect when they click that. Or at the very least, I'm not liable for what they get.
A busted security drone. It looks like it was working
Sounds
fine
like you
up
need to see
until
a
a little
doctor
while
then.
ago. Maybe it saw something interesting. Let's check it out. Did you hear those guards saying one of them had gone missing? This drone's paired with his ID. They must have been assigned to the same route, but I don't see any guard anywhere around here. A broken drone, a missing guard. Something doesn't feel right. We've got to do something. Hack into the drone with your Legion, and let's see what it saw before it wound up like this.
That's too bad, Strawberry. But I do get what you were going for.
This drone's the key to finding that missing guard. I can feel it. Hack into it with your Legion. Nice. Looks like he salvaged some footage.
Trump was on the same wavelength? Yeah.
Information display.
Ah, and then he's just gone.
Information display.
His ID's a match. That's our missing guard, all right. This footage is from 1:47 a.m. last night. Looks like a routine security sweep so far. Nothing weird going on for the officer or the drone here. There! Did you see that? He just noticed something coming from over there.
No, that's where they got the fishy broth from.
What do you think he saw? Let's see if the camera caught whatever it was. The security footage gets a little rough around here, right as his corruption levels shoot up. Is it just me, or does he seem to be chasing after something? He keeps looking around. I guess he lost sight of whatever he was after. He sees something again, and then... that's the last we see of him.
I mean, we know what it is. He's kidnapped by a chimera and goes to the Astral plane.
And wouldn't you
Oh,
know
I can
it,
absolutely believe
the
it,
drone got
Drum.
wrecked at the exact same moment.
It's not exactly as contained as
Whatever
the
went
other
down
option.
went down right here. The culprit doesn't show up on camera. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gotta be a chimera. If it got him around 2, we may not be too late to save him if we find him fast.
Information display. Iris, shut down.
All right, let's use the doggo for this. Jawbone, get. Santa Claus kidnapping him because he's on the naughty list. Yep. Pinky brain bit. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, but how are we going to get the freight train to run at midnight even though they're all, like, locked up? Hey! You guys look like fun fellows. What's your problem? Don't know trouble when you see it? We're busy over here. Do yourself a favor and come no closer. Apparently I can't. I'm gonna come closer. Man, do I look like I'm joking? I told you, stay the hell away. You're starting to piss me off. Hey, let's teach him a lesson. Listen, you tell me to stay away. That's basically saying, like, come at me, bro. These guys had no idea what they were dealing with. Father, forgive these men, for they know not who they were fucking with. through the classes, one of them includes a list called Gunless Skill Tree. Oh man. Sounds like it's gonna be a good time. Oops, I need arm. Nintendo's not quite a hit, but still fun fighting game. Arms. Arms just kinda left, didn't it? Like, there was a little bit of hype at the beginning, and then it was around, but then it got pulled from shelves super quickly. I can't think of a single store that still sells, like, new copies of Arms.
Iris, startup. Iris, shutdown. Iris, startup.
No, there's a couple of submissions around. Let's see what's over there.
Information display.
Hold on. Display, please. Oh, that's...
Iris, shutdown.
Okay, I guess I just didn't finish that mission.
Iris, startup. Information display. Iris, shutdown. Iris, startup. Information display. Iris, shutdown. Iris, startup.
There it
A
is.
gate! With redshift levels as high as his were, our guard probably saw the Chimera and decided to follow it. But it looks like it found him before he found it, then dragged him through the gate. We've got to try to save him. Let's go in.
You got it.
Iris, shutdown.
Hey! You're a funny looking onion.
There's our man over there. And it looks like he's okay. And these must be the culprits. Take him down. Let's get him out of here.
Information display.
Okay, I need the doggo.
Iris, shutdown.
Yoink. Oh, hey, there's more. I don't like what you're doing to me, buddy. You look like a fun fellow, but, like, you gotta work on your politeness. thank you for your cooperation. Oh, there's more, neat. Oh, god damn it. I don't like the ones that go underground. I just wanted that one gone. It's like GLaDOS. Now I only want you gone. Oh, it's up in the sky. God, that was extreme. That was like... Give me help! Oh, actually, that's full. Give me more! Gonna just go ahead and commit a Livent on you.
Alright, Chimera's down. Let's check on our victim.
First loot, please. Why is a bard the worst player character you can hang out with in D&D? It's because, they hog the loot.
He's alive, but his redshift levels are getting really high. Let's get him back to Earth.
Aw, thanks. Thanks so much, Crystal. I hope you have a good day.
There's one more good deed
And
for
thanks
the
for
day.
popping by.
I doubt he'll let us go just for saving his life, though. We should split before he wakes up.
Oh man, I can go
I
for
sent
some
out a
jelly
distress
beans,
signal from
actually.
his position. His buddies will be here soon enough. Let's get out of here before then.
God. I remember as a kid when Harry Potter was huge, and they first came out with the Birdie Bots every flavor beans. That was an adventure. I only ever got the... Oh god, this poppin' is... This is very interesting poppin'. I don't understand how this can happen. These grates only exist in a bubble around me. Sorry, I know I paused my story for this revelation, but it's interesting. But yeah, I only ever bought the Birdie Bots Ever Flavor Beans once. Because I started off with, I think, the vomit flavor. That did not pan out well. The old school Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast? Oh man. Isn't that still going? Like, I know that there's still crazy support for the Dreamcast. So I wouldn't be surprised if Phantasy Star Online is still playable on its original system. There's still fan servers? Yeah. I wouldn't think that anything official would be going on Dreamcast. Talking about the draw distance? Yeah. I think it's because they decide to put a very specific texture on the ground there that the hardware just could not handle.
All right, we finally made it.
The Switch is pretty good, but it's not
There
that
should be plenty of people
good.
inside the camp. I bet we can find out exactly what we need to know. That's the camp entrance over there. Let's go in and ask around.
Stay away from those gimmick beans. Here to eat a tasty snack and play Russian roulette with your food. Absolutely. It's something that you buy and bring to a party. You don't enjoy them by yourself. Like they are very much a, hey, check this shit out kind of deal. I should probably have a coffee once the stream's done. I was not able to make one before the stream because I decided to sleep in. I literally just rolled out of bed and went to stream. Hey! I'm so glad that you showed up. Can you help me out? I fell from the watchtower and busted my hip up real bad. Got anything that might help patch me up? Yeah, I got some medicine. Thanks, pal. One of the good ones. I just feel like this place is worth keeping watch of. I can hardly move. Sorry to keep asking you for help, but could you use it on me? Start up Twitch stream, monkey. Coffee? No coffee on the stream. Well, really owe you one. Here, let me repay you with this. A drone. Okay. Huh. Not from around here, are you? Keeping watch outside Sector 5, as long as I have. You'll learn to tell when someone's from this side of the wall or not. If you came all the way here, you probably want to see more of Sector 5 than the outside fence, right? You seem trustworthy, so I'll fill you in. There's a back way in. Sent to your device there. Word of advice, though. The law's not quite so potent here, as it is where you're from. Watch your step. I really want to buy one of those siphon coffee filters. Most of the coffee places that I went to when I was in Tokyo used them, and the coffee was always fantastic. The downside is, like, they're a little over $100, and they're completely made of glass. So it's not necessarily the best thing to do, like, to buy if I plan on moving soon. Well, soon's relative. I plan on moving, like, in August. Damn it.
Iris, start up.
Is there anything else good around here?
Iris, start up. Iris, shut down.
Hey, throwing up guy. Bandicoot, thank you so much for hosting. That guy at the gate's all, hermits orders this, hermits orders that. Screw the hermits. Let me in. I gotta get back in. If I don't, my clothes will be ruined. What? The hell are you talking at? I started looking at. Mind your own business. Now you're pissing me off. Whoa! Nice to see you, Bandicoot. Damn, what did I ever... You kicked me, dude! You're pissing me off. What did I ever do to you? You believe this? All I did was step out here for 1 second to pick up my laundry after it fell off the line. If I could have just got up to the roof, I could have gone back home. What a pain in the ass. Could let me back through the gate. Wouldn't have been a problem with the last guy they had leading the hermits. Yeah, but you're an asshole. There we go. Hopefully a couple of bullets will change your mind. Last night was fun despite some interesting game answers. How long did we play after you left? We went until about like 11:45 Pacific. So like not a whole lot longer. There we go. Nice weather for now. Big storms on the way, then. Neat. Yeah, it was a long stream. We had a real good vibe going. Not only that, but we were like, I think we got up to 20 concurrent viewers. Like, that's wild. That's way more than I'm used to.
Iris information display.
I remember one time after we streamed Fool's Gold one off with Dag and
Information
Robert
display.
Hartley.
Iris shut down.
They sent people my way during the Code Vein Arena playthrough, and we beat Code Vein with like 188 people watching. Well, it started with 188 people. It went down to around 60, but like, that's still way more than I'm used to.
Iris startup.
That's the thing. I don't think I will ever get used to people watching me in like those numbers. Like around this many, it's easily manageable. But like when it gets to over 10, it's like, oh geez. I have a group watching. I gotta behave. Later. Have I found the hinge? That's my secret, RDF. I never had one. And I mean, right now things are really off the chain. I have to wait here until my gauge restarts just because I was able to make that joke. There we go. Okay, that's something that I can get. I'm entirely convinced that that's something that I should probably attempt to grab. I just have no idea how.
Iris startup. Iris shut down.
I have an average audience of 100 someday. Yeah. Well, if I'm able to get to Twitch Partner, I have to have an average audience of 75. And, like, that doesn't seem undoable, but it's something that I would have to get used to for sure. Having a live audience is, it feels like it's a lot different than having, like, something recorded. The whole Twitch environment feels a lot different than when I was doing YouTube. Like, absolutely. Finish packing and, we'll find your move tomorrow? Best of luck, Strawberry Peps. I hope it all goes well for you. And thanks for popping by. I really appreciate it. In all honesty, I'm probably gonna start thinking of, packing it up pretty soon, too. We'll probably go for, like, half an hour more or so. Could be a third course of Fool's Gold. I can't promise anything, but, I'm pretty sure that everyone would be into it if we were able to do it. Did I ever stream live on YouTube? No. With YouTube, I did a show called Anime Bomb. The idea was, one of my family friends found a box of anime beside a dumpster behind an old rental store. I was like, hey, Carson likes anime. Let's bring a whole bunch of it to him. And I contacted one of my friends and was like, hey, we could do a YouTube show where we just talk shit about all this anime. And we did that for a while, and that's how I was able to meet, like, a bunch of people. Sadly, the group's no longer together, and even more sadly, I have not spoken to that friend in years. But it was a good time while it lasted. But yeah, Anime Bomb is gone, but I feel like it was absolutely the basis of me wanting to be an entertainer, as opposed to somebody who, like, just helps with entertaining. Like, I think it's what sparked going from animation to, acting, you know? How did I end up at the beginning? But yeah, I mean, I hope that that group's doing well. I've been to some of Tom's streams. I've actually sent you guys over there too. Last I heard, Kyle was working on that Nightingale game that they showed at the Game Awards. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Yeah, this game's fantastic. I love Astral Chain. You worked on that? Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone in the group's doing pretty well. Rick's teaching. Eric, I believe he joined the military. Fuad moved with his girlfriend. I think Caleb's doing some writing for Dungeons. I think he's doing writing for Dungeons and Dragons still. He was doing it for a while before Anime Bomb ended, so I don't know what happened with that.
Iris, startup. Iris, shut down.
Excited about Nightingale and even tag Quincy as a type of game he might be interested in? Yeah. My superpower is knowing people. Because, I find that, like, everyone I interact with ends up with some modicum of success in a field that I appreciate. Like, my animation teacher, in college, he used to work for a mobile game studio, and then he taught classes, and after that, he got hired at Sony, and he worked on Spider-Verse, and is working on the new one, too. My 2D animation teacher, Megan, she actually had to stop teaching us because she got a job on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Dingo, Felix, and Gothy's player made a $2.5 million D&D book. Kyle's working on Nightingale. It, really feels like everyone I make friends with just ends up being really successful. Don't know many who work in game design, but you know a few in special effects and acting? Yeah. I will also be successful? I hope so. At the very least, I gotta keep up my drive. Oh, Vendor Zero.
I'm Vendor Zero. Wanna try a Hermitonic? Good for what ails ya?
Oh?
We're offering a special low price. Better grab it before it's gone.
100,000 G's. I have
Come back
half
soon,
of that.
And bring money next time.
Some of the fields are already related to your interests, and that's double cool? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do my best to support my friends, and I really hope it helps. And you know, someday I'll get my success, and I hope that they'll be there to support me too. I also have a genuine interest in stuff, so you like to chat about stuff? Yeah. Hey, don't scare me like that. I don't have anything to say to you. Okay. Who are you supposed to be? No one gets through this gate without the hermit say so. Sounds like they have too much going on internally to hand out passes these days, though. Oh, yeah? Oh, thanks for the drink. No, don't have anything left in there, but I think I do here. Hey, you. Step right up! The finest selection in all of Sector 7. 5. Sector 5. That's... Don't rat me out, man. What are you selling? I've got some good stuff. Like medicine. I could use some medicine. I could actually use a bunch of medicine. Kind of busy right now. Can you ask someone else? Fine. What about you, kid, junk maniac? This must be the #1 junk district on the whole arc. Is that something to be proud of? Grown-ups wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I come here to the junk district every day. Isn't it great? I hope you enjoy it. And as long as you're having fun, kid, then you're a winner. How about you, standing man? Haven't seen you around here before. Buzz off. Not looking to make any new friends. Wow, okay. Standing man, you should be called standoffish man. so thirsty. That drink machine over there is a total ripoff. Have you seen that price? I'm still kind of thinking of buying from it again. Heard it gives you a discount if you got a hermit card. Where would I get one of those? Sure wish I had a nice warm blanket. Wonder if the hermits would hook me up with one. Who am I kidding? Never let someone as weak as me in. I don't really want to live with them either. Fingerling isn't bad until it becomes obsession. The only fingerlings I know... Okay. Fingerlings are a toy that we sold at our toy store where it's like a little monkey that you put on your finger and it's like a robot. I'm sure people were obsessed with those little robot toys. Anything strange? Saw a weird bottle on the ground. Had a pretty colored liquid in it. Okay. Fangirling? Okay. Then I looked away to keep an eye on these two. When I looked back, it was gone. Kids, did you drink booze?
There was another outsider who used to walk through here. I'd say hi to him sometimes. I don't know where he is now. The hermits are looking for him too. They called him a dealer. Guess they play cards together.
They sure do, kid.
Everyone else around here just called him the Thin Man. Wonder where he is.
How about you, kid? Where can you find the hermits? I don't know anything like that.
Hey, you should ask Gaspar. You should be up on the rooftops. He's kind of forgetful, though.
The delicate man. His flesh or his ego? Is it just me, or did it get a lot cooler around here lately? Must be a big storm on the way. I mean, there was a guy who was talking about a big storm, so I'm not wrong. Damn, I need a fix. There's gotta be something I can sell down here. Maybe something I can eat. Not long ago, I found some medicine around here. I tried to sell it off, but none of the shops were buying. Thought I was out of luck, but one of them hermits showed up and bought it off me. It was this liquid, funky vial. That's how I knew it was medicine. It looked tasty. Okay. You enjoy your medicine, sir. Working with your doctor to help with your manic hyper-focused episodes? From September to mid-November, we're like, oh my god, the green cracker stuff, everyone needs to know about that. It's like the idea of the story, just not thinking about it 24 hours a day. Yeah, I mean, hyperfixation is, it can really get you into some trouble with your, like, the people that you interact with, because, people find repetition annoying. And, like, you know, it's not your fault you're really excited about it. But, just not being able to get that stuff is kind of frustrating. You know, like, not understanding why people aren't as into it as you. Kinda... Sure Dingo and Bees think you're creepy. I mean, if you think about it, there are a lot of Fool's Gold fans that tag them and stuff. So chances are, the stuff that you posted was probably spaced out enough where it wasn't. I can't say for sure, but just based on how often they're interacted with, you're probably in the clear.
You're just my type. Back off, lady. I've already got a girlfriend. She's from Code Vein. Probably not gonna see her again because she's a tree now. There's also Abby, I guess.
Arena doesn't have good luck with women.
I'm sure we get along very well. I'm just gonna go walk this way.
Oh, trust me, Trom, I completely understand that feeling. I've had nights where I've just stayed up terrified that, like, I'm overbearing on people. Or, like, my friends secretly hate me. That's one that's reinforced by, what exactly happened with the Anime Bomb team. And I'm slowly growing away from it and realizing that I'm not necessarily hated by the people that interact with me, because why would they keep coming back if they didn't like me? But at the same time, it's something that's really hard to shake. Plus the whole disconnect of knowing that you're wrong but not being able to feel correctly, you know? It's like, wow, I feel like my friends hate me. I know they don't, but I can't shake this feeling. It's... Man, it's a weird disconnect. Alright. I think falling off of here is a bad idea.
I'm so lonely. In fact, I'm so lonely my name is Lonely Girl. Wish I had some friends around here.
Chillwoman. The new Mega Man villain.
If it's information you're after, your best bet is to ask the hermits. Granted, they probably won't tell you anything, especially with you being an outsider and all.
Not just your friends secretly hating you or doing it out of obligation. Ah, that's another one too. It's like you walk into a room and people are like, "Hey, who invited the ugly fat chick? She should leave and maybe." Yeah. It's those intrusive thoughts that just absolutely wreck social interaction for people. And it's hard to understand, like, no, people aren't actually thinking that. Because it's such, like, it's so ingrained in your subconscious if you've been treated that way before. I think that's why I try to have such an inclusive community. And you guys are doing such a great job at maintaining that. Because I understand that there are people who have those preconceived notions of, like, people dislike me because I'm here. And if I can help with making a community where that's just not true, then, you know, I feel like I'm doing some good for people. Wow, I just littered. I should go to jail. Tetsu, stop it! Come down here! Oh, it's no use. Can you help me?
Iris, start up. Information display. Iris, shut down.
Oh, wait, I need to slap it. There we go. Had a similar experience, but thankfully not hyper-focused in that way. Yeah, I mean, everyone has a different experience with being afraid of social interactions or having, like, preconceived notions of how people are going to experience you. Or being, like, really sensitive about what you put out there. And I guess there are gonna be people who think that way, for sure. But if they're gonna do that, they're probably not people that you want to interact with anyways. And as long as you're kind of conscious of, like, you know, maybe I should chill out a little bit. Maybe maybe I'll take a break from posting about this specific thing for like a little bit. Then you can kind of pad it out where you reduce the chance of people feeling that way. I guess the lesson is, like, be conscious, but don't be afraid. You know, don't destroy your identity just because you're afraid of people not liking it. Anyways, let's have some kongi. Yeah, I feel like it's advice that people aren't usually given, right? Like, a lot of times people's advice would be, just stop. But that it kind of ruins the identity of the person that you give that advice to, so, like, you know, be hyped about stuff. Enjoy what you like. Just, you know, try to be conscious about it. And I feel like that's what, I guess text-based platforms are really good at. Because, like, you can pour your heart out on, like, a chat, like a group chat, and if somebody doesn't want to talk about it, they just don't. And then you, like, you've got it out. So, like, everyone wins. For the longest time, I was thinking of adding a rant section to the Discord. Like, just like a section of the Discord where you can just put your thoughts out into the world and not necessarily seek input, just to get it all out there. But I feel like I feel like it could get kind of not great after a while. Not necessarily because of what people post, but because of how people respond to the posts. And remember to breathe, yeah.
Iris, start. Iris, shut down.
I'm gonna eavesdrop. Hey, when are you gonna take me to Harmony Square? Baby, you know that the cops will just hassle us out there. Let's go somewhere here in Zone 9. Aw, you're no fun. They have these things out there called hot dogs. Here they're delicious. There's no animals left. What are hot dogs made out of? Venti mocha parfait. Yeah. Well, there's no way any kind of hot dog beats a nice bowl of kongi, if you ask me. Ooh, I'm so sick of that stuff. Barely even tastes like anything. Really? Jeez, I didn't think it was possible to get tired of kongi. Unchained mode. What's that? Alright, but anyways, I think it's about time for me to head out. Because I gotta get ready for the karaoke stream tonight. Not only that, but my family's putting up our Christmas tree today, so I gotta be ready for that. So yeah, general karaoke stream, 8 p.m. Pacific tonight. We're gonna do whatever the fuck I want. You know, I don't have a theme this time around, so there's not gonna be the spinny wheel. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. After that, we're gonna do the monster collecting streams on Wednesday. Pokemon Shin Megami Tensei. You know the drill. It's pretty consistent. After that, next week's the final schedule of the year. Because I'm gonna be taking the 25th to the 2nd off. So, Christmas Day, I'm out. I'm gonna be gone. And then the day after New Year's Day, we're going to be back with Jackbox. I'm also, if any of you guys are interested, I'm going to be doing a stream on Christmas Eve where we watch a really shitty Christmas movie, Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. So, you know, if you need to take a break from the people in your house, or if you don't really have anyone to spend the holidays with, you know, watch a movie with us. Or if you just feel like it. I'm not your mom. Is there anyone I can send you guys to? Not really. I'm the only one that I know that streams around this time, so. Alright. Either way, I will catch you guys later. Have a great day.